Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from Deltiasgaming.com. Necrom is finally here, and I want to give you some priorities and things to do day one this launches. You're not confused. You have a clear direction in the Elder Scrolls. Do me a big favor to get something out of this video. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me how great I am. The algorithm loves it, and so does my ego. Let's get started. So first thing you need to do when the Necrom Chapter launches is know where to go, how to access it. Now, this is going to require the Necrom Chapter purchase. This is not included in ESO Plus if you don't know this. There are two areas for the Necrom Chapter. One is on the right-hand side, Telvanni Peninsula, just southeast of Vardenfell. In Telvanni Peninsula, there is the main town called Necrom, hence the chapter name. Within this town, there's actually a portal that takes you to the second area, just east of the Way Shrine. And that second area is called Apocrypha. Now, Apocrypha on your world map, you have to zoom all the way out like you would to get to Cold Harbor or Clockwork City and so forth, and that unlocks a second massive area. So this is a huge, massive zone that you need to go to. If you own the chapter, you should get one specific Way Shrine already on the Necrom outskirt Way Shrine. So you'll be right placed smack dab on that Way Shrine if you transport in there or you start a new character, and you'll be led into the main story quest for Necrom Chapter. Well, let's say you want to bring your old character and not start a new one. This is how you access the new story in case you're interested and don't know, get confused. So if you start that new character, right outside that outskirt Way Shrine will be a quest giver. But let's assume you screwed that up like probably I will do. You can go in your collections tab. This is the U key on PC by default, Chapter Necrom. And this you'll have a quest or accept quest, and that will give you a nice juicy quest marker on the map with the shrine exactly where to go and what to do. So if you screw this up, get confused, go to collections, go to that quest giver, start the quest, no spoilers here. And you're really gonna want to do the main story quest because I'm showing you this footage with this cool new costume, and for once Zos did not put this in the crown store. You can actually earn this by completing the main story quest. Oh my god. So the costume I'm wearing on my Khajiit Arcanist is Fate Scryer. This thing looks amazing. It's a costume and you can dye it, and it's actually earnable. I unlocked this on the PTS by default, but you can complete the main story quest, Chronicle of the Fate, and permanently unlock this, play around with the dyes and the colors. It is a very cool earnable, so even if you don't like questing like I don't, you're really going to want to complete the main story quest because there's a lot of cool unlockables and earnables beyond Fate Scriber and more. ESO did a much better job putting cool cosmetics and things you can earn just by actually playing the game. Can you imagine earning things by playing a game and not paying for it? Something also to know is you're going to get new character slots available if you purchase this, giving you a grand total of 20 max possible. Currently, if you don't own the Necrom, it's 18 possible, so you're going to get 2 extra additional, ideally for making 2 Arcanists and hitting beam over and over and over till your heart's content. So some tips if you're going to start that Arcanist out, I recommend skipping the tutorial unless you want to do that all over again. As soon as you get that Arcanist made, I set up my home in a previous video, link in the description below, that has all the consumables that I'll need, like potions, XP scrolls, repair kits, lockpicks, and so on, along with another chest in my home that has all my gear. I'm going to be using Heartland Conqueror and Order's Wrath so I can level up very quickly, effectively, and get to max level on my first initial character properly and quickly. So start that new character, set up your home so you're ready to go and grab those things and you're not confused on what to do. Also put about 200,000 gold if you have that so you can max out your inventory ASAP Rocky, and then you're ready to go level the Arcanist. It's a lot of fun. And of course, we got builds on the website. Check the website. Next up is unlocking 2 new companions if you're into that. So one is in Necrom, Sharps as Night. Sharps of Night is outside of the Outlaw Refuge, just outside southwest of Necrom, underneath a bridge, in a very conspicuous place to find a thief. Anyways, you're going to need to do a quest for about 25 minutes. That quest is called Double Edge, and you'll unlock this on your character. Remember, it's individual characters, so you're going to have to redo this per character if you want to use that companion. The next one up, I'm going to screw the name up because I can't read. Azander, I think I got that right. Anyways, this companion is in Apocrypha, so remember to take that Way Shrine. If you skipped ahead in this video, go back, watch it. How dare you skip the video? It's in the southwestern part of the map. I would take the Soundless Bright Way Shrine Shrine out just going northwest, and you're gonna run into him outside of a point of interest. Same thing here, you're gonna need to do a quest, Fate Weaver Key. That's gonna take anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes, unlocked per individual character, and then you have the 2 companions unlocked. Another pro tip I'd recommend for companions and getting them more powerful right away, because they're gonna require experience points just like players, is if you have event keys, go to the Craglorn Belkarth event vendor just outside, and then you can use those event tickets to get your Mages Guild, Undaunted, and Fighters Guild leveled up quickly, assuming you have those. Those skill lines are super impactful on every single companion, and they're absolutely amazing abilities that will increase your survivability, damage, and so on. So if you're really looking to optimize your companion straight out the gate, use those event tickets. If you have extra ones, you're not interested in spending them, and these things will be very powerful straight away. Make sure to summon them so they're out and earning experience and you're leveling and getting those skills unlocked. Let's move on to the new trial location and talking about the gear that you should be aiming to collect. So the new trial is out, and that's called Sanity's Edge. This is in the Telvanni Peninsula, almost due southwest from the Necrom Way Shrine. This trial is pretty puzzle heavy. Not going to show you any of the footage on playing it, but it is a really fun one, and graphically it's awesome. So that leads to the question about gear. Now, with any new chapter, there's going to be a ton of gear. So you have trial sets, Overland, which you get by just killing things in the Overland and treasure chest and so on, along with crafted, and 3 mythics, not 4. So your targets when it comes to collecting these gear sets: number 1, craftable. My main focus is Telvanni efficiency. This is awesome when you have companions. I did a separate video on it, but essentially it reduces companions' cooldowns significantly, making them do tons more damage, healing, and being very, very survivable. So if you're into companions, throw this on, use a 1-bar magic sork build, rip off fully charged heavy attacks, and have the companions do the work. When it comes to the Overland sets, there's not a whole lot of game-changing things here. There's one for resource sustain, but this one I can't pronounce it, so I'm just gonna say the last name, Tong. On gaining kills, XP from monsters, gain 1 weapon and spell damage for every 50 XP the monster is worth for 30 seconds, and it can go all the way up to 540 weapon and spell damage. As you can imagine, this is a really good set if you're gonna be grinding a new character. So if you want huge weapon and spell damage and you're constantly killing things, this is a very good target for you. Now, when it comes to the trials sets, there is not really any huge major game-changing sets that I can see as of yet. The thing that I really like is a medium armor damage set and Zul's Torment. So what this does is increase your damage done against monsters by 7%, and when you interrupt an enemy, you gain an additional 7% for 10 seconds. Why this is effective is it's always 7%. 2 meta sets that people are currently using right now, Bahasse's Mania and Perfected Coral Riptide, will give you more damage, but they come with a really big cost. You have to tank your resources. So advanced player will be at 10%, 20% max resources and constantly tanking them, casting abilities redundantly or doing dodge rolls and getting more damage out of those sets. But for a simple set and forget like running the Arcanist, it's an awesome set, and it's gonna be my #1 priority in the new trial. So we have 3 new mythics. Crypt Can Investment. It's a very different, changing the way your ultimate works, has some interesting gameplay mechanics, especially for Dragonite. Esoteric Environmental Greaves. This is targeting tanks, and it got a nerf recently, so not as good. And the mother mythic, Veloth Ur's Amulet. Not Amulet. This got nerfed significantly, but it's still really, really good for the Arcanist. And the reason why is it's going to give you 15% damage against monsters. And the Arcanist is essentially doing beams, 4.5-second channels. I've done 1,000 videos on this. It plays very different than 8 dots. And so why this mythic is so relevant is it kind of replaces your damage from doing light attack or heavy attacks and all that. So you throw this on, you get 15% extra damage against monsters in PvE. It's fantastic because you don't have to struggle with light attack weaving being perfect. And that class isn't built for light attack weaving. It's built for very long duration channels with a couple of hard-hitting dots. This is going to be your target if you're going to rock the Arcanist PvE endgame damage dealer. And then here's a chart of what we know so far about the Mythic leads. This requires the Antiquity system, which is usually super annoying to do and get, but we know of 3 of them as of the making of this video, and they're a World Boss, Delve Boss, and a Public Dungeon Boss. 2 are missing. We'll update the website when we find those out as people start playing the game, and they're probably going to be 2 annoying things. Raise your hand if you remember Harpooner's Guild Alchemy Mat farming. Raise your other hand if you remember Oaken Soul treasure chests yelling in zone chat at each other and making fights. Let's hope it's not that. Moving along, for you housing lovers out there, we got 3 new homes, yay! Number 1 is Journey's End. This is a small one here in Necrom. It costs 3,000 gold, and you can actually earn this by completing the Room to Spare quest in Necrom's Tavern area. The next one up is also in Necrom. This is Emissary's Enclave. This home will be available to purchase for 1.3 million gold upon completing the Necrom Grand Adventurers achievement. More earnable stuff, better. And then we have a super expensive unknown crown store home, Fair Winds. It's on a boat, very Jack Sparrow's Pirates of the Caribbean, and I don't know how many crowns is gonna cost, but as you can imagine, most likely it's close to a car payment. And so those are basically my tips to wrap things up. Start a new character if you're in the Arcanist, start the story, unlock the zones, and basically just run around the zones and white it out. You know, get the way shrines, points of interest, do the world bosses, explore, have fun. Me, I'm a grinder. I want to get the Arcanist up. I want to get some builds on the live server. I want to collect all the gear. I want to start killing people in PvP with the Arcanist. I want to start doing big damage and doing the new trial. But there's something for everyone here, whether it's companions, homes, so on. A lot to do. Links in the description for builds, priorities, how to unlock everything, and more. But make sure to check me out on twitch.tv/Deltiasgaming. My mom claims I'm the best streamer alive, and you can see clips like this. Heaven! Another Fandy base! Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.